Sup everyone, this is Casual Talk here. Today, I'm going to be talking about how looks can last temporarily, but your wealth and status is what matters in the end of the day. This is men and women who must hear to this, okay? Especially men. A lot of dudes out here seems to get it twisted. There are dudes out here, especially on YouTube, on the manosphere, okay? They call themselves red pill, a man of respect. They got themselves together, but a lot of these dudes are full of crap. They're working at 9-to-5 jobs, working at Papa John's, flipping burgers. They're Uber drivers. They're not doing much of themselves. They're bums. And these are the same dudes that are complaining about women, about dating. But then when you look at the type of women that they're dating, you start to question them. The problem is it's not just the women. It's the men. It's the men as well. I'm gonna be straight up. People needs to hold themselves accountable. I'm not gonna say, oh, all men are angels. Oh, death to all women. I am not like that because we all came from a mother. We all did. I'm starting off this video because I just need to point something out. Yes, I understand the dating market, the social dynamics, everything today is in shambles and it's getting worse. More people are getting selfish. And as the years go by, it's going to be a lot harder to even find a girl who's a virgin, a man who's even a virgin, or even a good person and genuine that has a body count of less than 3 or 2 or maybe even one person. Not only that, I'm noticing the older I get, being around women who are 35, 40, 50 plus that are single moms, I hear the way they talk. They want a man who has themselves together. They want a man who looks good. Oh, I notice there's a difference between women who are young, who are in their prime, versus the women that are older and knows what they want. Yes, the environment it influences and plays a part on the generation today. It plays a part on the destruction of Calvary and why marriage is not even taken seriously anymore. It plays a part on warping a lot of women and men's mindset on what it means to be in a relationship today. Oh, how men thinks there's dudes out there that thinks like she has to have a nice body, a nice bod, big chest, big behind, skinny waist, slim, pretty face. But they don't bring up her being a good mom, being a good wife, being a good woman, faithful, stable, cook, clean. And on the same hand with women, a lot of them in general would want a man who's over 6 foot, has himself together, got money, has a career, has his own place, family oriented, a father figure, a husband, loyal, faithful. Majority of people want this in the end of the day. Deep down, majority of people do. I don't care what anybody says. Looks don't last long term in any relationship. People think about that when they're in high school, middle school, college maybe, unless you actually have family values and your parents is very strict with you and you grew up in a very strict religious home, then you would have the mindset of, I want to get married at an early and young age. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's even bad when there's women out there who are virgins, who are just wifey material. They could cook, clean. They've been taught by their mom to how to be a wife. They've been taught by their dads how to be a wife to her husband. Be a good mother. Be a good woman. She's ready, but a lot of the men that's around her is not ready. You see nothing but dudes who wanna bang, who just wanna fling, one night stands. You have players. You have dudes that are not willing to settle down. You have dudes that want to play games. On the other hand, there's women that are also in the same category. You have chicks that want to play games, want to go ghost, play dudes like a fiddle. You got gold diggers. You got users, cheaters, liars. All men in this world. There's over 7 billion people on planet Earth. All men and all women in general are not good individuals, are not wifey or hubby material, however you want to call it. As long as you have self-respect for yourself, even if you get old, you're in your 40s, your 30s, you have yourself together, especially being a man. Stability, money, status, respect, confidence. That gets highly appreciated and more looked at over looks. Looks is the bonus because now you got the status, the finances, the stability, and the money. Now you could rest easy to go to a fancy gym or build your own gym at home. Work out. Take the time to work out, jog. Get yourself fit, get yourself right. It's like living as a celebrity without being a celebrity. And there's not many men or women who has that type of status, especially men. I'm making this video especially for men because I've noticed growing up, especially being on YouTube for such a long time, I was around dudes in the MGTOW circle. I was around a lot of dudes that I spoke to that was in the red pill circle. And I started to realize there's a lot of toxicity in both parties, in both groups. Every single individual, every single dude that I spoke to, they all had problems. Yes, we all have problems. Nobody or no situation is perfect, right? But what I'm saying is that a lot of these dudes had a deranged, toxic mindset. Yes, you could also blame women to a degree, but who is also at fault? Do you know that there's women out there who are virgins, who gets played? It's not about, oh, Chad and Tyrone. You can't fault them for how they look. You're born how you are. What are you doing about it? What are you doing to get yourself together? And I'm going to call out the dudes who gets themselves together for a hoe. There are so many dudes out here that are working out, getting buff, getting themselves in shape, getting themselves together for the wrong women. I'm keeping it real. Shouldn't it be spot on to get yourself together for a wife? It's the same for women. Women should prepare themselves to be a wife, while men should prepare themselves to be a husband. It's on how you grew up, who you grew up around, your influences, and your strengths. Because there are so many people that are very weak in the flesh, they're very weak to their surroundings, that they fall as a statistic to what a lot of people would quote as the modern man or the modern woman today. I have dudes who I spoke to, very wise, who were in their 50s, 60s, 70s, who told me things like, young man, there's not many men like you anymore who are in their 20s and 30s who hasn't figured it out. Because a lot of the men out here are weak. Most of them are on porn. They're scrolling through their smartphones to see which chick that they could bang and play. They're playing video games all day. They're working a regular job. They're doing the bare minimum. Also because of the single single mother rate, having no father figure at the home, it's producing a lot of weak soy boys, a lot of weak men. I'm just going to be real honest with you. I grew up in a single parent household. But the one thing I'm very thankful for, I still had my dad in my life to show me an example of what it means to have myself together. Yes, I don't agree with my dad's lifestyle, personally speaking. Okay? Living as a bachelor, I'm just going to leave it as that. I don't agree with the bachelor lifestyle because with all the STDs, women who are doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff today, I'm not putting myself or my life or my time at risk or even my pockets. I wouldn't do it. If I was single right now, I had myself together. I finally graduated college. I'm 30 years old. I'm at my peak. Because most women, of course, they're going to seek a man who's older because just by common sense, they would go for that because a lot of men who are at a later age, most of the time they do have themselves together, or they are expected to have themselves together. They're expected to have everything figured out. They're expected to have a house or have a home, have their own place at least. Know how to take care of themselves. Know how to cook, clean. Have money. How are you going to take care of your kids? How are you going to have a family? How are you going to take care of your wife or take care of yourself? Oh, but Calvary, women, this and that. What are you doing? This is the reason why people called Kevin Samuel the Godfather, because he didn't just call out women. He didn't just call out women a majority of the time on their foolishness. He didn't just call women out who are unrealistic and had unrealistic expectations. He also called out the men who also had unrealistic expectations. Okay? Both sides is at fault. If two individuals came together, both versions, both are husband and wifey material, they deserve each other. Yes, we all come from different walks of life. There are some people who are very blessed and humble to say, thank God I have a good woman, or thank God I have a good man. Because many people out there will not take the time to deal with baggage. It is very, very, very rare now today that people even takes the time to deal with someone's drama, baggage, especially if you're a single parent. Many people does not have to deal with that. Yes, I'm all for men having standards. I'm all for women having standards. There's nothing wrong with having standards, but are your standards realistic? Are you emotionally, spiritually, physically capable of actually settling down, looking at this man, this woman as a husband, as a wife, and realizing, oh, this is real? You know why there's so many women that are intimidated of, why there's so many young women today intimidated by good men? Because he has it figured out. They're not ready for a relationship because they already know that he's not going to play any games, especially if he is masculine, especially if he's not going to play no games. That's what they mean as a good man. You can be a good man, but also be weak. Okay? That's what I mean. There's good women who knows their self-worth, who are virgins. You can't get mad at them when they have self-respect for themselves and you try to put them on the side. You know how many dudes out here before I met my wife where she said that there was dudes that tried to put her on the side, try to friend zone her. And you know what her dad said? Because she's a good woman, they're trying to put her to the side. So once they're done having their fun with all the thoughts out here, the 304s, they could come back to her to marry. Like nothing happened, like everything is Gucci, and it's all good. You know what she says? She understands her self-worth. She does not have the time to play games. She knows what she wants, and she grew up having family values because she grew up seeing a mother and a father figure in a home. She grew up seeing a dad. And she grew up seeing a mom. Both parents in her life. Both parents there. Okay? I've referenced Kevin Samuels because Kevin Samuels is one of the best examples on YouTube. He's no longer here anymore, guys. For any of you who does not know who Kevin Samuels is, he was an advocate for making dating and relationships come together again, especially for Black women and Black men. He also mainly was an advocate to make Black women better and be more realistic with their dating options and their dating expectations, right? But he's a perfect example of the type of dude who was realistic. Yes, he had a lot of views that I did not agree with. I didn't agree with his worldly views, the cursing and everything like that, right? That's not what I'm talking about. But one thing I give him props for was that he pushed to get the truth out there, and he made it harsh as possible to where it needed to be harsh. Because now today, so many people expect you to sugarcoat everything, and that's not how life works. You can't sugarcoat the truth. The truth is the truth. Just like the red pill. It's hard to swallow for a reason. And once you swallow it, you could get angry about it. But what are you going to do when the storm is clear? You have to get yourself together.